Hi, my name is Steve Williams, and my wife and I have owned, especially for children, child care centers for 46 years now, I think. And we and several others got together, and I'm not exactly sure when, but quite a while ago, and decided that we needed to form an organization to represent us and other child care providers to legislators and other people with whom we needed to interact. And so we were the group that started the Minnesota Child Care Centers, and I was the first president of that organization. But what we were looking for was a way to come together and provide support and cooperation among the people who were providing child care at that time. While there were a number of large organizations, it was mostly small companies, as it still is now. It's a very fragmented field. There are private for-profit centers, of course. There are in-home centers. There are centers that are run or sponsored by the federal government. There are programs that are sponsored by the local school district. And I may have forgotten a couple of others out there, but it's a very fragmented field still today, and each of these providers has a certain kind of native environment. They have their own advantages and challenges, and it's difficult to find a way to speak with unity to the issues that face us all. Well, we wanted to speak with a voice that was united enough to be heard, and that hadn't been the case. We each had been, present for, legislative hearings and other things like that, but it was hard to collapse the circumstances that we all face into a solution or a recommendation that would work for everybody. So we wanted to be able to speak, particularly to the legislature and to the regulators, and let them know what our concerns and cares were and what kind of help we might need to run a successful program and to sustain them. What an interesting and important period of time this is. The first time I heard about people teaching infants sign language, I said, "Oh no, come on, you're putting me on. How do they know that? How does that happen?" But I've seen it, and I'm sure you have as well, and many others obviously. And so it is, I think, a fascinating area of interest, the importance and the amount of learning that takes place at early ages. And in the whole pre-K initiative, there was almost no talk about that. It was all about, we need our 3-year-olds and our 4-year-olds to know this and be able to do that. I didn't hear anything about understanding the needs of infants. And I think they are unique, and I think the people who care for them are unique. Not everybody is cut out to care for 4 infants at a time. And I think they are special people, and they need support in a number of ways. And financially, the centers who provide infant care, we can't charge the parents what that costs to provide. There's no way. And so toddlers to a little bit, and more extensively preschool kids, their tuition supports that other program. And I think we need to start with trying to learn how we can communicate and inculcate in our population the understanding of how much children of that age learn and how important it is. I mean, we can come up with some ideas for trying to deal with the programs and make sure they don't fall apart, but I don't think we'll succeed long term until our society understands the whole thing. People who care for children, and particularly young children, have a very unique opportunity. I mean, we live in a very large and complex society, and we rely on many others to fulfill both our current and our long-term needs. You know, we need food, we need clothing, we need shelter, we need transportation. We need lots of things, and we need people to help provide those for us. But I think people who care for young children have an opportunity all of their own, because there is hardly anything that I can think of that has the potential impact on our society as young children do. So my hope is that people who are in this field, both as just operators and providers of child care, as well as those who speak for them, remember to have pride in what they do, and that they have the ability to advocate for themselves and their goals in our system of government. And if they can keep that going, if they can carry forward with pride and with resolve and know that they have a very important role, I think that will be the power switch that turns on their inner drive, and that will sustain them throughout all of the ups and downs and whatever comes. And nothing is very clear, very far out there in the future. So they need to believe in what they do, and I think historically that while they believed in it, they didn't necessarily know how to express it or communicate it to others.